Hello, my name is Tom Dale, and I'm going to be doing a workshop for the Gatsby conference. The workshop is Building Video Galleries with Gatsby. Now let's go ahead and start with our video gallery starter here. Now this starter is going to have just a basic page to look at, and we're just going to build off it ourselves. Now you can see that you can actually deploy it yourself to Gatsby Cloud right now if you would like. You could just take it and fork it to GitHub Desktop, or you can read through the info for additional info about the actual project and what's in it. So I've already scoped it out myself, and I have it here. So what we're going to do is actually, once you get it down here, you're going to install. So let's go into open a terminal and just do npm install. After this is done, we're going to go ahead and run it, and I'll just show you what it looks like. Just to give you some basic navigation here, everything you're going to want really is in this source section. This is going to be our components we're going to be using, and the different pages we're going to be using as well. To start off on the home page, it's just going to have essentially a section with the title, and then below it we're going to have a little image leading to whatever new pages we make. And the goal for the workshop is to actually create 3 different forms of video. So we want to do YouTube, MP4, and HLS. So right now I'm going to press Gatsby develop now that everything is installed. And once it starts running, it's going to run on localhost 8000. So let's give it a second to start running here. So for the 3 different video types, YouTube is going to be pretty simple. We're going to do an iframe. For the MP4, we're going to be able to do just the video tag itself. And we are going to make sure to host it and put it on a CDN. And then for the HLS, we're actually going to use video.js. Oopsies here. Here we go. So now we have everything here. So we've got our header up here, some basic info about the site, an image, a page, some words, and as you build it out, each one is going to go this way. So, and right here you can notice a big gap. This is where I'm going to actually put the video for each page. I know it's nothing beautiful, but it's just enough to get us started here. So let's go ahead and dive into this idea of YouTube. I'm going to modify this page and write YouTube here. So let's go ahead and go back to our index.js, and I'm going to shrink this up a little here. Make sure you all can see. Okay. So I'm in my index.js. I'm going to go in the layout. I have a couple divs here. Right here is that header and paragraph, right? Just the building video galleries of Gatsby. Now, I'm actually using a list to do each image and page. So here's the image. I just grabbed a random one from Unsplash. And then for the header, it's just called page 2. So let's call it YouTube. And we could write, whatever we want right here. Can use a embed from YouTube and put in an iframe with Gatsby. Now currently it's linked to page 2. I'm going to actually create a page called YouTube. So let's take this page 2 we had, and I'm copying everything, and I'm going to now create a new page, youtube.js. I'm going to paste everything in here. I'll just change what I'm calling this. We'll call it YouTube page, and then go to the top right here, the constant YouTube page. There we go. So right here, we'll put a video right in here in this area. here is where you'll be able to write whatever you want. YouTube page. Let's see if that's all working. So we change it to YouTube, right? Should be able to click it. It takes me to the YouTube page. This is the YouTube page I'm working on. Again, this is where we want to put the video. So everything's working so far. It's good. So let's get a video. So we can just go to YouTube and get something real quick. Let's go to, let's look up Gatsby here, see what we can get. It's looking up the Great Gatsby, of course, right? I'll just go to the Imgix YouTube page. Alright, so I'm just going to go in here, and I'm going to actually go in the share section, and I can get this embed right here. And you can already see it's starting out here with a lot of different things. iframe, give me a width and a height, give me the URL to it, title, all this stuff. So let's just go ahead and take it. Let's see if we can just throw this in here right here. So it kind of looks ugly. I'm going to get rid of the width and the height actually, and just use my own CSS here. So I think I have something called inner video. Alright, so we've got a source. That's weird, okay, yep. What else do we have here? We've got a title. You can keep that. Frame border 0, sure. Allow, what's it allowing? Allowing all these items here. Sure. Okay. Allow full screen. Probably missing an N here. Alright, let's see how this is looking now. So, oh yeah, it's clicked in here. There we go.
Hello.
Perfect. You got a video. YouTube, it's working, seems stylized, you can write anything you want. That was actually pretty simple. So I mean, there are a lot of benefits to using YouTube, right? It's simple to embed in an iframe. YouTube can be pretty performant. It can be free-ish to use. And they do have a great distribution platform, right? So you have an entire place to help, you know, show off your videos and get them distributed and people to click on them. And the great thing is you can easily take them and send to your site. There are going to be some problems though, right? Like you already saw when I had paused before, there were different ads right here. And when you get to the end of it, there could be an end cap pointing at random things. In the beginning, there could be an ad playing. Ads, 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 right? And maybe I don't like the look of this YouTube. Maybe it doesn't match the side of my design. Lots of things that could be a problem. If it's not a problem, again, YouTube is great to use, right? But if the ads are an issue and you don't want to have people actually leave your site and go down the YouTube rabbit hole and maybe never come back, you kind of need to come up with maybe a second option to not do all that redirecting and getting you off the page. So the second best option I'm going to use is MP4. So to do that, I'm going to kind of recreate what I just did. I'm going to take my, let's just copy the entire YouTube page here. Create a second one. mp4.js. Sure. Let's paste it in here. Change this word YouTube back to, or change it to mp4 page. Up here, mp4 page. Now I do want to add it to the home page, right? So if I go back to index.js, if you remember I changed what was here. the page 2 to YouTube, right? But I want to add a second one now. So when I add a second one, I'm going to take this li, copy it all, enter, paste. So now I have a second one, and this one's going to go to that page I just made. So MP4. Let's change the name of this, MP4. You can no longer use an embed. You can you can use a video tag. Will be supported in a wide range of browsers and served with Gatsby. Sure. We can change up our Unsplash image if we want. It's not too hard to get something from Unsplash. We can just unsplash.com. What do we like? It's pretty fun here. I'm just going to take this name right here. Change this photo right here. Unsplash is using Imgix, so I'm actually just added some random parameters down, not random ones, but parameters that'll just resize the image for me, serve it via AVIF or WebP, and do all kinds of smart things to make it simple. So here we go. Go back to the home page. Here's our second one, MP4. We wrote some items there. We can click in here. We know it's just going to show me the YouTube, right? Because I haven't changed anything yet. So let's go ahead and work on that next. So I'm going to go back to my mp4.js, and I can leave pretty much everything the same. I can change this to MP4 page, but now I can't do an iframe. So what we can do is a video tag. So in the video tag, you're going to put it inside here. So you're going to put a source equals, and then a link to your video. Just whatever link you want. I'm going to go ahead and use just an Imgix one I know by heart here. So tom.imgix.net. We're going to talk about HLS soon, so let's put this in here. All right, so let's see what this looks like. Probably need to style it, I'm guessing. Yep, okay. The style I used, again, I just have it saved in my layout.css. Here we go. You know what I need is some controls. There we go. Let's look at HLS now. There we go. So we got a video going in here. Just use the basic video, not using any kind of a player. So just real simple way to get a video up here. I am using Imgix for this video, so it is cached via Fastly. So there's definitely performance there, but you know, MP4s, it's kind of debatable how performant they can be, because the problem is this stream, this size of video is whatever size I made, right? So if it's a high quality, large video, it's going to be very heavy on the site to run, and it'll certainly work great for someone that has a great internet connection. It'll work, it's going to play high quality, it's going to look good to them. But what about someone that doesn't have a good internet connection? It's just going to catch up to them, and it's going to stutter and stop, right? And if you switch it the other way, if you lower the quality of the video, the MP4 you make, that way the people that have lower internet connection can watch them better, then you're going to have the problem where the people that have higher quality setups and better internet aren't getting very good looking video, right? So you get to this kind of dilemma where you maybe need to run some kind of a cloud server and generate different size, different versions of MP4s or something like that if you really want to give the best experience, which is kind of like a pitfall for doing MP4, right? So that really I think tees me up for this next thought of doing, instead of MP4, doing HLS. So again, let's go ahead and make another page, right? So I'm going to copy my MP4 page now. One of the pages, create one called hls.js, paste it in here. Let's change this one, HLS page, HLS page, and change this wording here, HLS page, sure. All right, now we just have to also add it to index like we did with MP4. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, add one more, call it HLS. Let's point it to the page I just made. HLS, most performant video you can use intelligently, serving different bit rates, ensuring users get best quality video without interrupting playback. With Gatsby. And should we get another Unsplash image here? So again, I'm using their URLs, and it is attributing back to the artist, so it's not like I'm stealing content. Unsplash is a stock photo free company, so you can certainly do that, right? Let's go here. I'm just taking the name. Whoa. There we go. Place it right here. Let's see how we're doing. It's building. Cool. So YouTube, MP4, HLS. Now let's build out the inside of the HLS page. So HLS is a bit trickier to work with. You can't just put a simple iframe into YouTube, nor can you just put a basic video tag. You actually need to use a video player that supports HLS. I think Video.js is probably a big winner when it comes to that. Let's see what we can. There we go. Yeah, Video.js, and literally right here, they have the video. They have a video player, and it's using HLS right here. So let's go ahead and try to use Video.js and recreate this idea. So what I'm going to do is, I could go to the HLS page, but maybe what I want to show you what I have is I install in your starter. Video.js is already linked, but if you didn't and installed, but if you're working on something else, you could just do npm install Video.js. You can see it, video.js right here. Now, what I've done in the components is I've created a player.js component, and this player is going to create some kind of, I'm going to pass the video link in the actual component on the page, and I'm just going through setting different options here. If they're preloading, auto-playing, aspect ratios, all kinds of different things you can set. You do need to put type equals application x mpeg URL. That's what HLS is going to use. And I'm just setting all these items here. There isn't anything you need to change, right? So, and I've used some CSS over here as well from Video.js. So now if I go to my HLS page, at the top, I think in all of them I left this import video player JS, and I didn't use them on any of them, but I'm actually going to use them here now. So I'm going to take video player JS, and I should be able to pass a name and an ID. So let's go ahead and do name equals, oh, I know why it's upset, it's because I didn't erase all of the video. And this name is going to go inside of it. So name equals his, and then I'll put a link here. And I'll use the styling again, inner video. And I actually have the URL for that video.js file. It's actually from Mux now, and there's actually a great blog and story out there about Mux recreating that video.js page here, which is really cool. You should check it out. Yeah. And oh, also, video.js is a Gatsby site, so that's really cool too. So here we go. So I added in my URL, I added this in. We should be there. Let's see how we're doing here. There we go. Great success. All right. So I know I made it seem real simple because I just passed this component, but it really was just setting the different settings for video.js in the player.js and then importing it right here. So there are a lot of different HLS options out there. Imgix is actually brand new to the game as well for HLS. So I can actually take my Imgix URLs and convert them to HLS from MP4 or other different file names as well. So you can remember that earlier video I had in the MP4 page. All I have to do is put fm equals HLS right here, and it's gonna transcode it and use adaptive bit rating, and it's gonna be great. Here we go. HLS is... So it's that simple to get your videos working, to get HLS in here, and I'm telling you, HLS is really a perfect format. It's just a little tough because you need the right player, but once you get it in there, it's going to intelligently switch the bitrate on you depending what the end user's bandwidth is, and it's going to be just great for ensuring that playback never gets interrupted. For people that have low quality or low internet, they're going to switch to actually giving a lower quality video stream. And for people that have higher internet, they're going to switch to the higher level and give them the highest possible quality video. And it's just literally so crucial for serving video content and giving the best experience to your customers on your website. And it's something you probably experience a ton on Netflix or wherever, where you see your bandwidth go down and something degrades, but it keeps playing. But now there's so many more platforms that enable you to be able to serve this yourself, that making it really easy to serve it on Gatsby as well. So, whatever you choose to use, I do hope you try Imgix. We just came out with a new video solution for the video API to convert to HLS. And, would love for you all to check it out. So, here we went from a starter site, created the YouTube page, MP4 page, HLS page, 3 different ways to serve video content. It's pretty quick and easy to do, and now you're armed with all 3 ways to do it yourself in Gatsby. So, thank you all for attending the workshop, and I look forward to seeing what you're building. Bye-bye.